Hello and welcome to Yoga Therapy made possible by UCLA Health's Integrative Medicine Collaborative. My name is Julie and I'm here to be your guide today. Important to keep in mind that a yoga instructor is exactly that, more of a guide. Part of the practice is just connecting with your own inner wisdom, your own inner teacher that yoga principles teach every single person on the planet has. But like any other relationship, it requires time and focus. So let's start with that, just with gratitude for showing up for self today. Today, feel free to come into a seat, staying where you are, or lying down on the floor on the mat. Both options are correct. If you're seated in the chair, move the flesh away from the sitting bones and press the tailbone into the chair so you get the sense of lengthening. If you're lying on the mat, tuck the chin to the chest. You can have legs extended, legs bent, or asymmetric, one knee bent and one extended. So right at the beginning here, we're connecting to that inner wisdom, that instinctual aspect of self that informs us, that tells us how we can best serve ourselves in the moment. Wherever you are, bring awareness to the contact points of the body with either the floor or the chair and the floor. And notice the sensation of pressure. And then let that go as you next bring your awareness to temperature. Comparing the temperature where the skin is clothed as opposed to exposed to the air. Noticing the temperature is not a constant. And then let that go as you bring your awareness to sound. Using the somatic sensations here to help us arrive and focus, becoming keenly aware of the sounds in the room, outdoors, outside of your sphere of existence. And now bring your awareness to touch, the touch of the clothing, the body, maybe the touch of the hands if they're on the body, or the hands if they're on the floor. Notice the sensation of touch. And then let that go as you bring your awareness to taste. Releasing tongue from the roof of the mouth. Here is our next focus of attention. Releasing pressure. Letting the tongue fall to the floor, upper teeth separate from lower teeth. Noticing taste or lack of taste in the mouth. Leaving behind all other moments as you arrive, dedicating the next 25 minutes or so to yourself, keeping your focus as best as you can on the moment. From here, begin consciously inhaling and exhaling through the nostrils. Placing one hand on the belly and one on the chest, inhaling and exhaling. And once again, keep the chin tucked toward the chest, not on the chest, but toward it. So you get a sense of lengthening in the back of the neck. For the next minute, equal parts inhale and exhale. Using a rhythm and a pace of your own. Here again, connecting to that inner wisdom. Overriding the survival instinct, overriding the respiratory system that is always working, consciously participating in your return to balance. Let's separate the arms straight out, back of the hands on the floor if you're on the floor. If you're seated in the chair, the thumbs are up toward the ceiling. With your next inhale, bring the thumbs together back behind you. And exhale, bring the hands down to the side. Inhale, touching, trying not to look, and exhale. So here we are connecting mind to body, seeing if you can't bring those thumbs together without looking. With your next inhale, lift the chin up when the arms come up. And with the exhale, bring the arms down, chin to chest. Inhale, lifting up. And exhale, lifting down. Continue on your own. One more just like this. Ending with the exhale. Once again, extend the arms straight out. Take a deep inhale. And on your exhale, bring your chin toward your right shoulder. Inhale, center. And exhale, chin toward the left shoulder. Continue on your own. If you're lying on the floor, feeling the support of the earth behind the head. And if you're seated in the chair, make sure that that chin is slightly tucked back. One more time to each side. On your next inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, bring the arms down by the side of the body. Inhale, nostrils. Sigh it out. 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 more on your own, extending the exhale, which is a great practice for reducing stress. Last one. Let's extend the arms straight out again, back of the hands on the floor or thumbs together. With your inhale, bring the right arm in front of you and exhale, open. So now we're adding the arm and the neck. If the eyes are closed, open them. Inhale, center, and exhale, side. One more on the right side. Return the head to neutral. Take an inhale and sigh it out. Let's do the opposite side. Left arm comes forward. Eyes are open. Keep your gaze on that thumb. Try to keep the breath as fluid as you can. One more like this. Ending with the open position. Inhale once again, bring the thumbs together back behind you. And let's hook the thumbs together here, sitting up as tall as you can if you're on your chair. And if you're on the mat, straighten the legs if possible. Take an inhale here. And on your exhale, we're going to crescent toward the right, and we're going to hold this pose. So if you're on the floor, keep the legs straight and just bring the upper body toward the right. Thumbs are hooked together. Squeezing on the right side, lengthening on the left. After a few breaths, see if you need to back away or go a little deeper. Inner wisdom will let you know without words. On your next inhale, come all the way up. And on your exhale, return the hands to the side of the body. 3 more extended exhales here. On your own. Using the breath to keep you grounded and present. On your next inhale, reach all the way up again. And now hook the thumbs your non-habitual way. So different from how you were the first time. And notice how different it feels. So this is the efficiency of the mind. It always chooses the more familiar and the easier way.
Take a deep inhale here. And on your exhale, we're going to crescent toward the left. Squeezing the left side, lengthening on the right, and breathing. Controlling the breath, holding the pose, not holding the breath. On your next inhale, come all the way to center. And exhale, release the hands down by the side of the body. Inhale and exhale. 2 more on your own. Extending the arms straight out again. If you're on the mat, roll onto your left side. Coming into a little bit of a fetal tuck, we're going to practice the half butterfly pose here. Take a deep inhale, and with your exhale, bring the right hand to the left. And then we're going to peel it open, bringing that right hand across the left arm, across the chest. And once again, the head and the neck go along for the right. Your eyes can be opened or closed. Entirely up to you. But once again, bring a sense of freedom, a sense of flow to the posture. Keeping the hand on the body also helps keep us grounded. One more like this. Peel it open, hold the pose, inhale, and exhale, rest. You can practice that extended exhale or simply breathe consciously in and out. Your practice, your choice. If you're lying on the mat, come onto the right side now, and we'll work this half butterfly on the opposite side. If you're sitting on the chair, you can readjust. Sometimes that feels good. Make sure you're sitting up as tall as you can. Extend both arms out. Take an inhale here. And with your exhale, close it up like a clamshell and peel it open. Exhale, close, inhale. Dragging the left hand across the right arm, across the chest. You can speed this up or slow it down. One more like this. Return to the neutral posture. Inhale and exhale. Let the hands rest however they would like to rest. 3 more conscious breaths here, either extending the exhale or equal parts inhale and exhale. We are returning to the pace of nature, to the pace of life. Let's move down the body now, grabbing onto the right hamstring. If you're on the floor, try to keep the low back glued to the mat. And we're going to rotate this right ankle left and right, right and left. Come to the hold and decide if you'd like to stay where you are, or maybe bringing the grasp to the shin, bringing this right knee toward the right armpit and sitting up as tall as you can. Now the shoulders tend to get involved here. They tend to want to tense up. Use the power of suggestion and the power of your mind to release the muscles, to release the weight of the body. This is a wind relieving pose, good for digestion and elimination. Take a deep inhale here. And on your exhale, extend this right leg long. And let's keep the toes pointing up toward the ceiling if you're on the chair. And if you're on the ground, you're trying to bring this leg as much as you can. This is a release for the hamstring on the right side. Have that left leg bent or straightened if you're on the floor. Breathing. With every exhale, releasing muscle tension. Take a deep inhale here. And on your exhale, straighten the leg or drop the right foot down. Again, 3 deep inhales and exhales. Really slowing it down today. Let's go to the opposite side whenever you're ready. Grabbing onto the left hamstring and rotating this left ankle, right and left and right. Chin stays tucked to chest. Toward the chest, not on it. And once again, come into a hold and decide what you would like to do on this side. Remembering that we are not symmetrical by design or by history. Shoulders soft, tongue drops. The mind and the practice controlling, not the emotions or the thoughts. Breathing. Being as present as you can. Take a deep inhale here. And on your exhale, we're going to straighten that left leg, grabbing onto the hamstring. And once again, if you're on the mat, you can straighten the right leg or keep the right knee bent. Looking for length here in the torso, breathing. Take a deep inhale here. And on your exhale, release to neutral. 3 deep conscious breaths. If you're on the mat, roll over onto one side, tuck the chin to the chest, and slowly roll up, letting the head be the last thing that comes up. And if you're seated on the chair, we're going to extend both legs coming to the front of the chair so that the heels are on the ground. If you're on the mat, push your hands into the side of the hip, pushing the hands into the floor. So you're trying to make yourself as stiff as you can here. This is our Dandasana pose, our staff pose. Palms are either pressing toward the earth if you are in the chair, or on the earth if you're on the mat. And if you're on the mat, press the legs, the muscles on the back of the legs into the mat. Take a deep inhale. And exhale, release. Let the feet flop out to the side. Let the hands rest, maybe on the thighs, maybe on the side of the body. And let's return to the pose. Heels on the mat, either seated or on the chair. We're going to come into a forward fold here. With your inhale, circle sweep, reach up. And with your exhale, hinge at the hip and reach forward. And find your first level. Breathing in and out. Practicing lots of patience today. You can stay here, or you can bring the hands to the thighs, maybe hinging a little further. Maybe not. Still keep the neck in alignment with the spine in the torso. Once again, that chin is slightly tucked back. You can stay here, or you can slide the hands to the shin, maybe the ankle, maybe the feet. Still with that alignment, crown of the head through the neck, down the length of the spine, out through the tail, breathing. Take a deep inhale here. And on your exhale, now bring the chin to the chest, C shape in the spine.
Feeling the lengthening of the hamstrings, maybe the calf muscles, controlling the breath. Tuck the chin to the chest as you slowly roll up one vertebra at a time, returning to the seated pose. 3 deep inhales and exhales here. When we slow down, we cool down. Let's practice the staff pose one last time. If you're on the mat, squeeze the muscles of the back legs, press them into the mat. Toes are pointed upward toward the ceiling. If you're on your chair, you have the option of grabbing onto the side of the chair, or maybe as if you're pressing on the floor. One last option from the chair is to lift the legs. We're looking for 2 angles here, from the heel to the glute and from the glute up the length of the spine and out through the crown of the head. Let's hold this pose for 3 breaths. Take a deep inhale here. And on your exhale, drop the legs down and let's pat out the quadricep muscles. Tap, 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 tap. Outer thigh, inner thigh. And return to the seat, either on the mat or on the chair. We're going to practice a twist now. If you're on the mat, you can extend the left leg and cross the right knee over, right leg over. If you're on the chair, you can be in the open stance or cross at the ankle or the knee. Everyone all together. Inhale, lift. And exhale, twist toward the right, starting the twist in the low back. And breathe. Release shoulders, release tongue. That right hand is back behind you. Left hand to the right leg. Breathing. Take a deep inhale here. And on your exhale, unwind head, shoulders, and low back. If the legs are crossed, uncross. 3 deep inhales and exhales here. So yes, we are practicing the extended exhale to reduce stress, but we're also creating a gap and a break and a pause. Practicing here in physical form so that when we encounter those energies that want us to join them, we have the choice. We have the choice of pausing, of discerning, of deciding. Speaking of deciding, how would you like to take the twist on the left? Either left ankle over right, left knee over right. If you're on the mat, you can bend the knee, cross it, or just keep it high. Wherever you are, inhale to separate the ribs and lengthen the spine. And here's the exhale for the twist. Shoulders fall. Tongue drops, breathing continues. Left hand can come right behind you, maybe reaching for the right hip. Right hand to the left leg. Squeezing everything toward center. Take a deep inhale here. And on your exhale, unwind head, shoulders, and low back. Uncrossing if the legs are crossed. With your inhale, circle sweep, reach up. And with your exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, fold. Again, inhale up. And exhale, fold. Inhaling and exhaling. 3 more like this. on your own. And the next time you come into the fold, we're going to hold the pose. Bringing the chin to the chest, C shape in the spine here. Hands can rest on the thighs, below the knee, maybe back behind the calf muscle. Breathing in and out, and we know that when we fold, we tend to feel safer. We tend to feel more protected, all the vital organs protected here. Consciously breathing in and out in the seated embryo, the seated child's pose. There's no other pose, no other moment. Be as present as you can. Tucking the chin to the chest as you slowly roll up one vertebra at a time. If you're on the mat, coming onto the back. If you're on the chair, scoot back. And let's separate the knees a little wider than hip width distance. If you're on the mat, let the feet flop out to the side, heels are closer to center. And now you have the choice of either palms to the earth, to the body, in a gesture of feeling more grounded and more safe, more stable, or flipping the palms upward in a gesture of being open to receiving, to accepting. Maybe one hand wants to do one thing. And here we will sit in stillness and quiet for about a minute. All of the physical effort behind you. Future does not exist. Stay as present as you can in the peace and quiet. We practice to remember this sense of peace and balance and quiet that is within. Returning to that sense of self, that sense of being that is beyond time, that is primal, that water cannot wet, fire cannot burn, wind cannot dry out, weapons cannot destroy. Primal, timeless, and true. Timeless. Stepping out of clock time. If you're on the floor, slowly roll onto the side of your choice, tucking the chin to the chest as you slowly spiral up one vertebra at a time, coming into a comfortable seated posture. Drop the hands down by the side of the body. With your inhale, circle sweep, reach up. Press the palms together and bring them to the top of your head, combing your hands
around the head and the cheeks, the chin, the neck, the chest, palms together in front of this very special place, this center of self. The teacher in me honors and bows to and respects the teacher and the wisdom in each one of you. Namaste.